I just want to ask, because you're known as like the godmother of Detroit.
So what I do, I always say what I do for a living and versus what I do for a life. So what I do for a living, I do investments. And what I do for a life, I invest in others. I owe Detroit. Detroit raised me. Women of Detroit raised me. People of Detroit raised me. So I owe it to give back. So even though I have 3 biological children, I have thousands of children related by love. I invest for a living, but for a life, I try to invest in our youth. I use money as a tool to reach them, to talk about investments, but it's really about their holistic approach to loving them and teaching them different things in Detroit. So that's how I got, I guess, the godmother of Detroit. I was in foster care and I was a ward of the state. So even on the holidays, I invite young people over to my home for every holiday. I always want kids to have a home to go to. And that's so, as long as they know somebody supports them and loves them, that's really what it's all about. So that's what I've been doing in Detroit for my whole entire life. You know, I think this camp is definitely a milestone for Detroit, and it's gonna make a footprint in Detroit. Mr. Kaepernick uses his own resources and time to do this because this is what he wants to do. I was telling him about, we play tug of war in my money camp, and we do Croc stock versus Roblox stock. And they have to know when to hold on, when to let go, and it's a strategy on each side. So they need to know when to hold on and let go so you won't get burnt. But it's more strength in letting go. And he thought that that was so profound. He said, yeah, sometimes you gotta let go of everything in order to get ahead, in order to stand up. And I literally almost started crying, like, wow, here's somebody who gave up for the rights of other people. So this year I'm changing it to them to learn about how he let go of one thing, and that took more strength than anything. And I also talked to him about, we do a day with our young people called Soulmate Day, which means that he's gonna also give them shoes, a pair of shoes, and he's gonna write a note in there, what is it like to walk in his shoes? So with all my young people, I bring people together and we walk the Detroit riverfront. And we talk about what is it like to walk in someone else's shoes? What is it like to walk in your shoes? To talk about a true soulmate, I'm telling you, Mr. Kaepernick, he is a true soulmate to Detroit. He is bringing shoes, but it's really about touching their souls. And that's what today is all about. I'm Gail Perry Mason, and I know my rights.